have a problem with that.
Steve?
Hey, guys, I just listened to the radio communication. They discussed staying out. Jimmy said, no, let's come on in, get tires. If this thing goes with a long green flag run, I'll get right back to the front. 4 tires, no other adjustments on that number 7 car of Jimmy Spencer.
Boy, that's confidence.
Watch outside, watch outside, watch outside, watch outside. 01 outside, 01 still outside. Just make sure you beat him.
And I mean, right there, you heard the spotter and the crew chief talking to Jimmy Spencer. You have to talk him in and out of these pits. It's tight. You've got all this headrest, a full-face helmet. You have to help these guys on and off pit road. Keep them out of trouble.
And as at many teams, the crew chief calls the car entering and leaving the pit. The spotter calls it out on the racetrack, but I guess that varies greatly team to team who has that responsibility.
And what kind of sight the spotter has as far as seeing pit road.
There are the spotters. They are atop the end of the front straightaway. Sweet Sear. A little Mongo. Final note on Alan Kulwicki's championship-winning Underbird car. Larry and Pam Beam bought that car. It had been pretty well used up. They got Alan's former crewmen to completely restore it. They've had it at their home in Florida, taken it to several vintage events, and it's now moving to the North Carolina Motorsports Hall of Fame, and will enter there April 1st. Very fitting tribute to a unique champion.
You know, last time he come out of the pits, Dale Jr. ran into the back of the 7 car. Oh, no, that's all he's trying to do there is kind of, I think he was trying to beat that 01 car, and he just accelerated. He would normally have hit him, but see there on the Spencer's back bumper, he already had made himself some extra clearance right there. So he didn't get into him.
See, I think the reason the 48 car stopped, Darrell, I think the stop-and-go paddle man, this guy right down here, he just had flipped it around to go. Some of the field was still going by.
That's it exactly, Larry, and there is the man with the stop sign, the lollipop. We've called it for a long, long time there.
Ooh, lolly, lolly, lollipop.
There you see the 01 beats Dale Jr. off of pit road. There you see Jeff Burton leaving as well.
8 caution flags this afternoon at 185 laps. Jeannie?
Front tire changer, Charlie Brock of the 01 working with pneumonia today. He's been sick since Tuesday, but definitely wanting to be a part of this team. And out there today, Jerry Nadeau, liking his car, just had to free it up a bit. We'll see how it goes. They're going green.
We had about 12 of the lead lap cars stay out.
Tell you one thing, the Bodine or the Bonney brothers today are looking mighty racy, running 2nd and 3rd.
Now, Jeff Green in that 30 car, he came to pit road, got fresh tires. He should be able to hold Jeff Gordon off and get his lap back, especially if we catch a quick caution.
Green's number 30 on the tail end of the lead lap now, with Jeff Gordon, your leader.
Yeah, I was surprised he got lapped because at one point there he was up in the field pretty good, but then all of a sudden the car must have gotten real loose with him.
And this is where your crew chief, your spotter's telling you whatever you got in that race car right now, you got to get it. We need to get this lap back.
Actually, what the crew chief's telling you see that debris?
Dick Berggren, why didn't Kurt Busch pit?
Well, he was going to pit, Mike, and on the radio just before he should have come in to pit, he said, we got to come in, let's take 2 rounds, and we got to wake this thing up. But then in the absolute 11th hour, he just said, not coming. He didn't come. It was his choice. Steve Burns.
Well, Dick, Jimmy Spencer gave up the lead, restarted 14th before the green flag. Talking to crew chief Tommy Baldwin. Baldwin said there's about 7 or 8 cars, good cars in front of me, Jimmy. He said, I don't care who's in front of me. I'm going to get every one of them.
Oh, boy.
And he's getting about 1 a lap right now. He just went by Robbie Gordon in the 31 car.
Just got to control yourself a little bit. Now you got a good car and don't use it all up here. We got a long way to go, baby.
Give a call to Ricky Rudd in 8th place in the Motorcraft U.S. Air Force Wood Brothers Ford.
I have seen that car in Victory Circle here.
Jeff Hammond?
That's right, Mike. Been watching Ricky. He's been making a pretty dramatic climb from 34th all the way up to 8th place right now. But his day has not been uneventful right now. Early on, you can see right here on lap 14, he avoided the Michael Waltrip wreck, which also involved Dale Jarrett from his in-car camera. but he has really been making a really strong run all day long. He's avoided about 2 or 3 other accidents. We've been watching him, and he's really having a really smooth run. And as you said earlier, Darrell, that 21 car has been in victory lane here at Bristol.
He just went by Kurt Busch, and that was a battle for 7th. And they stayed out, but just remember, when this team won the race here 2 years ago with Elliott Sadler, Pat Trice, and the crew chief, how did he win that race? He had a good car, but they
stayed out. You got it. About 165 laps on one set of tires.
And they're pitting on the backstretch, led to NASCAR having a look at making this all one pit road.
For Kurt Busch, I'm not so sure that I wouldn't have been on pit road. He's losing a lot of positions.
He should have come to the pit. He should have come in and worked on his car because his car's not very good right now. Car not very good right now is get you in trouble.
Boy, Dale Earnhardt Jr. just about turned Kyle Petty sideways.
Well, he was trying to move Kyle a little bit to get by, and instead he became the victim as Kurt Busch took advantage, and now Robbie Gordon. Right behind them, Jeff Burton.
Whoa, trouble over there, guys. Ooh.
3 wide down the backstretch. Somebody has to give.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh, boy.
Somebody's giving, somebody's taking, somebody's giving and taking.
And nobody wrecked.
Mark Martin.
They do. Here they go.
I spoke too soon.
Somebody had to wreck in that chain of events.
And they're still spinning here to start finish.
30 car gets his lap back. 19 car does.
Now, Jeremy was 3 laps down, so he'll get one of those laps back.
9th caution lap, 199.
They couldn't keep it just accordions, as you said, and it just kept. Somebody's going to pay the price sooner or later.
Turning that first pit stop. We got a crash car, guys. It's sealed.
Crash cart.
Now, Darrell, this wreck happened in the middle of the front stretch, but it all started about the middle of the back stretch.
Dale Jr. got in trouble off of turn 2, racing Kyle Petty.
Yep.
They carried that all the way around to here before somebody actually got wrecked.
It started there, a quarter of a lap ahead of Mark Martin.
Right, now you see the 99, he gets into Dale Jr., the 48 gets into the 99.
6 gets into the 40.
The 48 goes down under the 99. He has to check up. Here comes these other guys, and so on, and so on, and so on. Or Scooby, Dooby, Dooby.
Maybe the driver can, Darrell, but can these cars react quickly enough to miss this kind of thing?
You got people behind you. It's what I call track presence. When you know where everybody is, you can't let up. You know if you do, you're going to get hit from behind and spun out. But when there's nowhere to go.
Dick Berger, this is the caution that Tommy Bowman was going for because a lot of those leaders pitted. Well, Matt Kenseth is also in the pits right now. Justin Knott says changing the front tires. Jeremy West on the back. This is maybe the very best pit crew of all. Pulled out the right front fender. There he goes.
On the front side, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, Rusty Wallace, Ricky Rudd, and Tony Stewart. Now along with Kenny Schrader, Johnny Benson, Ward Burton. Matt?
Well, like Jeff Gordon says, the car now is not very good on entry and even worse off, but it did fix the tightness in the center of the corner as a 49 pulls in the 2-car. Rusty Wallace pulls out. The 18 is out. They backed out of the wedge adjustment they made on the last stop. He is going to beat the 18 off pit road, and they went down 1 round on the track bar.
The 2 cars that stayed out, Kevin Harvick, and actually he's the leader of the race in the 29 car, but remember he won this Busch race yesterday, and we're a long way from the end, but he won this Busch race by running about 180 laps on tires and fuel. And Terry Labonte's back up in second. In the 5 car, he stayed out.
So for the front valence cam, the AT&T cam on board Kenny Schrader, there is a spinning Mark Martin to bring out the 9th caution at Bristol.